it was taking Mark entirely way too long. Mark have came back way more quicker than that. I'm talking about like lightning, especially when he want to smoke. He boom, boom. And this is the crazy part. The guy that he get it from stays a straight shot, stays a block away from us, right across the street from Raymond. So it shouldn't take that long. It was like way over 5 minutes. Boona came. My mom and them probably in the back that had multiple shots. I'm just like, yo, like, some ain't sitting right. So me, Shanice, Caleb, Doodoo, and Scooter, we got up. We started walking towards that way. We head towards that way as we get like down towards like almost at the end of our block. You can't see, but you can see like two people like tussling. You can see them moving real quick. Now, it was a lot of cars that was parked that whoever stay at that house, their cars are parked right in front of their crib. You just see somebody, whole body get slung straight to a parking car. Boom! I'm like, I hope that ain't Mark. So as we coming off our block to get ready to cross the street to get on the next one, Shanice like, no, that looked like Mark. She like, didn't he have on red shorts? I don't know what he had on, but you know what? Something in my heart and my spirit just tell me that I just know that this is Mark down here. So we start, I'm like, come on, y'all. So we start jogging. We pacing real quick. So it's a car. It's a car coming towards their way. Now, they're scuffling in the middle of the street, okay? They're scuffling in the middle of the street. Here come a car, sports car, missed them by this much, and went past us fast. I'm like, hey, it skipped the stop sign. We had a stop sign that they supposed to stop at, and just kept going. I'm like, yo, so I get closer to the fight. Mark up there trying to shoot the cables and make the dude fall, but the dude holding on to Mark something so swift. I'm like, hey, yo. So I'm like, get up off my brother. Once I look, it's Roy. It's Roy. Now, wait a minute. Time out. Pause. Put a pin in it. It's a big coinky dink that how all of a sudden Roy and Mark is at the same place at the same time. It just didn't unfold in my head like, why would he be down here all of a sudden? But Beth did say she was going to call Roy. And my mama say, yeah, tell him to ring the bell. I'm going to make him a plate. And also when Mark took all that Zaza and every time Roy pushed up on us, he said he was well known around the area. So it just could have been it just happened like that. That was just the way the cookie crumbled, and that's just the way that it played out. So he like, Roy like, y'all owe me $300. I'm like, I don't owe you nothing. He like, yes, y'all do. He like, I got some stuff. He like, out of that bag. He like, when I weighed it, it's a lot of stuff that's missing out of that. Don't think Beth ain't tell me. I'm like, Beth ain't told you nothing because we ain't talked to Beth. He like, yes, you did because she already beat you down. She already told me that she stumped you out. I'm like, she ain't stumped nobody out. He like, yeah, I'm going to make sure she stump you out again. He like, and I'm going to stump you out. He tell Mark, I'm going to stump you out until I get my $300. I'm like, ain't nobody got your stuff, man, and ain't nobody finna pay you no $300. I'm like, come on, Mark, let's go. Now, here's the deal. When it came to the stuff missing out of his bag, it wasn't like he was capping. He was not capping. Because when Mark had got that bag, me and Mark had, we smoked a little bit. Some people, when he was showing it off, some of his friends wanted to buy some. He wasn't even weighing it. He was just opening up the bag, digging in big handfuls. Big handfuls. Ain't even giving them a little bit. Just handfuls, hooking them up. Right? He was giving some away for free. So, and then also, when we did give the bag back, he had took some and saved for us, but we ended up getting caught, and my mama kept it, remember? So, it ain't like that he was capping, but he don't know that. So, for $5,000, Alex, we sticking to our story. We don't know what you're talking about, and you got your stuff. So I'm like, come on, Mark, let's go. He like, he ain't going nowhere. He like, he gonna have to get my $300. So Mark like, look, don't touch me, man. I'm like, come on, Mark, let's go. All you hear is, that's all you hear. Everybody, they got everybody attention. Everybody right in there, we stopped and we looked at where the noise came from, and it came from Caleb. Caleb Caleb opened up the Bruce Lee leather Billie Jean jacket. He done pulled out a hunter's knife. Now, if you don't know what a hunter's knife is, Caleb had a Tiger hunter's knife. And the knife was like this big. And you can hit the button, but when you have to do this with your wrist to make it pop out. And Caleb was the type to always be in his room sharpening his knives. So when it came out, you could hear it. So he like, oh, Doofy gonna stab me. I'm like, hey, yo, don't talk to my brother. So Caleb like, I'll show you a Doofy. He like, I'll show you a Doofy. Come on. He like, Mark, let's go, Mark. Let's go. Come on. So Shanice like, come on, Mark, let's go. So Mark start trying to walk off. Roy push him. Boom. All of a sudden, Mark just turned around, elbowed him. Boom. I look, I come. Boom. I connect. I'm like, don't touch my brother. He like, oh, y'all trying to jump on me? Y'all trying to jump on me? He like, I'm finna go get Beth for you right now. I'm finna go get Beth for you right now. Because it was all of us. We was all gonna tap in. So it's about 6, 7 of us. You finna get outbeat. So what he did was he broke running. Roy, he took off. Speedy Gonzalez, Ricky, took off. He took off. I'm talking about, we didn't know where he was going, but he took off. We didn't run. We were just walking. So I'm like, you good? He like, yeah. He like, I got the Zaza too. I'm like, all right, just keep it in your pocket. Come on, let's get in the crib. So as we walk, we get on our block. Now, we're like 3 houses away from our crib. Now, Mark busts everybody window off the block. So if this lady, that house that we passing by, her sensor light catch us, she gonna call our parents, period. All right, and tell that we outside. So now, mind you, it's late. So boom, we hurry up. I'm like, y'all, come on this side. So we trying to creep like slowly and not walk too close towards her way so that sensor light won't catch us. So it was an old lady too, and she was always watching. So boom, we get past it. Now, as we getting past it, we get closer to our crib, you see Beth come out on her porch. So we by Miss Smith crib. So Shanice stopped. She like, y'all stop. So I'm like, what? She like, Brody Doty, let me get this one. I'm like, what you mean? She like, if Beth do anything or try to run up on you, let me beat her down. So Doodoo like, I'm helping you too. She like, no, Doodoo like, you already know. Now, Shanice and Doodoo, they was locked like me and Mark. They was locked. 1 swing, 4 swing. That's what I'm saying. Like, they was locked. So Doodoo was like, nah, I don't care what you saying. I'm swinging too. So she like, all right. She like, only if I need help though. So Roy like, yeah, now what you say? Here go Beth right here. I'm like, I'm not worried about Beth. So Shanice like, ain't nobody thinking about Beth. So he like, this your girlfriend, right? He like, that's your girlfriend? I'm like, nah, that's my cousin. So she like, you ain't got to explain nothing to him. She like, come find out. Shanice like, come find out. So Kayla like, yeah, come find out. He like, man, you a kid. You a little kid. I'm like, yeah, but I bet you won't run up. So Beth like, yeah, what you want to do? You lucky you with them. You lucky with them. You with them. You better be with them every day. I say, I ain't got to worry about being with them every day. So Shanice like, well, come down here. I'll be Rody Doty. Come down here. So she like, I ain't got the beef with you. Shanice like, I got the beef with you though. So Shanice started walking over there in front of Beth's crib. Now, I'm so in the zone, I didn't even see that Caleb had dipped off. I didn't even see Caleb dipped off. Because I'm kept trying to keep my eye on Shanice. Because now she in front of Chris. So Beth like, get from in front of my porch. She like, come make me. She like, come make me. So Doodoo like, yeah, come on. Please touch my sister, please. Now, Doodoo was tall, too. She like, please, come on, touch my sister. Beth like, I ain't worried about y'all. I ain't worried about y'all at all because y'all just trying to jump somebody. Roy like, yeah, it's cool. I'm going to get my money. All of a sudden, you hear front door now opening. So I'm like, who is that? And when I walk back, because I was like close to Beth's crib, too. And I look, here come my mama. Just my mama. My mama come, what y'all doing outside? I'm like, they trying to jump me. She like, how they trying to jump you when y'all supposed to be inside? And so Beth was like, yeah, y'all supposed to be inside. Punishment. So she said, Beth, please, don't keep talking for you end up getting pulled and dragged down them stairs like you got dragged down earlier. Just like that. And so she said, well, how about Rody Doty come drag me? Drag you? Okay, that's what my mama said. Drag you? Okay, come on, Rody Doty. So Shanice was like, no, please let me get her, right? Let me get her. So whatever was going on, Shanice wanted to get Beth. right? So my mama say, come on, step down the stairs. So she like, nah. So Roy was like, yeah. He like, I hit anybody and I hit girls. He like, and I'm gonna make sure I hit you because you talking like you got hands and you probably don't even get no hands. He was talking to Shanice. And so my mama said, oh, that's what you want to do? Okay. I'll be right back. My mama leaves and goes in the house. Okay. So we just standing there. They like, but Beth and Roy, they just talking smack towards us. So we just sitting there like, yeah, but come off the porch though. Nobody's coming off the porch. It ain't nothing but air coming out your mouth. Ain't nobody coming off the porch though. So Mark like, hey, he like, how your face feel? He like, you like that elbow? So Roy like, I bet you won't do it again. Come do it again. So he like, come down the stairs. He like, I will. I'm like, bro, nah, just chill. I'm like, we good. He like, nah, he acting real tough. So Mark takes his shirt off, right? Just throw it in the yard. So Roy like, ooh. Oh, he took his shirt off. Beth, he took his shirt off. So I'm like, man, you a lame, man. You a loser. So boom, my mama comes back out. My mom don't say nothing. So my mom say, so y'all ready for the party? I think the party going to be in the front of the house again. We're going to go on here to do it one more time. We're going to do it one more time. All of a sudden, the police pull up. Now, hear me out. When the police pull up, it's just one cop. And we know him. His name is Spencer. Now, Spencer was somebody we used to call Uncle. He was real close to my dad, but when we got older, we found out that, well, me and Mark, we found out that Mom was low-key. You know, they was doing a thing. That's why he was always stopping by. We was calling this dude straight Uncle, but that's another story time. Boom. So she pull up. He like, hey, May. So she go give him a hug. She like, yeah, I just thought that you probably wanted to see the party. So Roy like, oh, they called the police. She say, baby, look, let me tell you something. We don't need to call the police around here. He not going to do nothing to you. He going to move when I tell him to move. She like, we got lawyers, firefighters. We got all type of people over here. Police people. We got a lot going on over here. What you got behind you? Nothing. You got nothing behind you, right? Oh, okay. And so my mama is just like talking her smack. But I'm like, maybe it's the drinks, right? Boom. All of a sudden, Roy like coming down the stairs. My mom like, yeah, there you go. Come on. You say you want to fight him, right? And you going to punch her. You going to punch her. So Spencer like, yeah, I would like to see that. He like, I definitely got some bracelets that I could put around your wrist right now. So he like, I ain't trying to fight nobody. He like, they just owe me some money. He said, Spencer like, I don't know what they owe you. I don't care what they owe you. But if you don't stay if you don't stay on this block, you need to go. He said, well, I'm spending the night. He said, where you spending the night at? He say, right here. So he looked at Beth. He say, you stay here? She said, yes. He say, he's spending the night? She like, yeah, he's spending the night. That's what he said. He said, well, okay, well, he's disturbing the peace. Can you take your company inside your home? He like, or I can lock both of y'all up. So she said, I ain't even doing it but sit on my porch. He said, can y'all go inside y'all home? And so we're like, is they gonna go? He said, sir, can you go inside? So they left. And so Roy was like, y'all scary cats. And they going on here in the house. My mama straight up tell us like, hey, go in the house. Shanice, can you please go check on your mama? Tell her here I come. Now, Shanice's mama and Boo never came out, right? So they go. So Shanice goes. And so as I'm walking away, and my mama's out there talking to Spencer, in my mind, I'm like, she could have called my grandpa, Papa. He's a cop. She could have called certain family members, but she called him. She could have called my dad. She called him out of all people. And she out there just talking it up. So boom, me and Mark, we in the crib. So Mark like, I'm gonna need to roll this up. I'm gonna have to sneak in my room. I'm like, all right, are you his front door now opening? Back door now opening. Here come Shanice and my mom, they coming in at the same time. My mama say, you know what, Rody Doty? You got one more time not to listen to me. I'm telling you, I'm going to end up letting them beat you down, and I'm going to beat you down. You're gonna get 2 beat downs. Because you playing with me when I told you to stay in the house. You got my son out there. She talking about Caleb. Caleb, go to your room. He like, but Mom, Caleb, go to your room. Take off that leather coat before you faint in my living room right now, because I'm not taking you to the emergency room. Take off the leather coat. It's hot outside. You got a leather coat on. Go upstairs. So he goes, he stumps and goes upstairs. She says, Shanice, I'm talking to you. Can you please make sure, since Rody Doty don't know how to listen, make sure nobody go in and out my door. Okay, I don't care who ring the bell, and nobody's home. She said, okay, I got you. Boom. My mama leaves. So Mark like, we need to roll this up. So Mark was breaking it down right in his hand. You hear back door now opening. Mark put all of Zaza in his mouth. It was my mama coming back like basically like, and another thing.